So today we are making a video on RebornOS. So here is the boot menu of a RebornOS. So let me quickly boot it in a live boot. And I forgot to mention that I'm using a virtual machine which is a VMware with a 60 GB of hard disk and 8 GB of RAM, and my CPU is i5 1240p. So the booting process will take like a 2 or 3 minutes. So let's wait and see how much of time it consumes. So here we have the welcome screen. So let's first change the display settings. So it's been days when I made a RebornOS videos. So this is the latest ISO file I downloaded and made a video. So let's first close the welcome screen. Before that, let's check about information. So here is the information. So let me open the system monitor first. And let me show you how much of resources it's consuming when we boot. So here is our task manager. So these are all the processes running right now. So it's consuming almost 1000 MB, and CPU is almost 40% without launching any of the applications. So we check the about information of the task manager, and I'm going to keep the task manager in the right side corner so you can see all the changes throughout the video. Before going to the website and all those things, let me open the terminal and put in some commands to get some information. So here is the nearfetch which already pre-installed. So we are getting all the information of the operating system and the kernel. So the kernel is the latest version, which is 6.10, and uptime it's 3 minutes. So it took almost 3 minutes to boot up the live boot or the Linux distro. So the desktop environment you get is 4.18 of XFCE, and the packages 975 Pacman, and also other information is right in front of you. You can pause the video and read everything. So let me type in another command, which is inxi, to get some important information. So there is already all important information here, but we need some Bluetooth information and other type of information will be available when we type some commands. So here is the inxi, and another one is inxi -small b. Let me hit enter. So here you can see other information like a machine, CPU, and all the information will be available in front of you. So the display, XORs, XVLAN, so some important information will be also available. So let me type in another command, inxi -F, hit enter and wait few seconds, and you should be getting some important information here. So let me type in inxi -G. So you can just pause the video and read everything, like OpenGL and all the information is available right in front of you. So we got some information here. So let me type in another command, which is cat /etc/issue, and hit enter. So it's Arch Linux. So let me type in inxi -SV8, hit enter. So by typing this command, you get all the vulnerabilities, repos, display resolutions, audio information. You pretty much get every information by typing this command. So you can just pause the video and read everything from here, or else you can just go to the official website and try it on your own, download the ISO file and get all the information. I'm going to show you the downloading process and the changes also. So these are some of the changes. When you type in commands, you should be getting all the information if you are running the older version. So this is the latest ISO file. Here is my CPU information, the vulnerabilities, some graphics information, display, available monitor resolutions, audio information, network information, the Bluetooth. I'm not using a Bluetooth, so that's the reason it says no Bluetooth data found. So here are all the repos and when you scroll it down you should be getting other information also. So you pretty much got all the information from the commands. So let me go up and see some other information. So here is some system information and the desktop XFC, which I already mentioned, Light DM. Distro is RebornOS and it's based on Arch Linux. So it's based on Arch Linux. Let's check about. So let me type in headstop and see. Here is the headstop. Headstop will not execute and completion headstop exists. So let me close the terminal. So let's open the web browser, which is Firefox web browser, and get to the official website and get all the information from the website. So here are all the changes of the CPU and RAM. So here is our Firefox running at here with the MB. Let me make it bigger so you can see all the changes properly. So CPU is almost 100%. So I'm using 8 GB of RAM, which I already mentioned also. So let's check the Firefox version. So you get the latest version of the Firefox. So the Firefox was released a few days ago, which is 128. So let me type in about, support, and hit enter. So here is some other information. If you want, you can just pause the video and read everything right here. I'm not going to read everything because it's going to make a video lengthy. So here are some information. So the window protocol is X11, the desktop environment, which I already mentioned. So the display, here is the display. Just pause the video and read everything. So let's go to the official website, which is RebornOS. Reborn operating system or OS. So I don't know what happened. Let me try to search again. Reborn OS. So here is the link. You can directly type in rebornos.org. So the first link is the official website. Let it load. So here is some of the information about the distro. If you want, you can read from here, or else you can just go to the official website and get all the complete information. So you get the advanced installer, RebornOS Fire, documentations and guide. So here is the desktop showcase of KDE Plasma. Here is the GNOME desktop environment. Here is the Deepin desktop environment, the Cinnamon, Cutefish, UKUI, LXQT, XFCE, Matte desktop environment, LXDE, Budgie, Enlignment, OpenBox, i3. So you get a lot of desktop environment. I'm going to show you in the installation process. So here is some latest posts. So let me scroll it up. Let me go to the news. Let's see what are all the changes. So you don't see anything. I'm going to give you all in the description, so you don't need to worry about it. So download. Here are some installation guide, wiki, Arch, and all the things. So this is the latest release, which is 2024.07.027. So here is the mirrors and all those things. So if you want, you can change the mirrors like a Google Drive and all those things. It's better to go with the Google Drive, I guess. Let's click on download, and the ISO file should be shown in the Google Drive. Let's click on download. So let's wait. So the version of the RebornOS is the same, which is 2024-07-27, and the ISO file is around 2.8 GB. So you can download it here. Let's wait. So it says sorry, you can't view or download this file at this time because I didn't log in. So that's the reason I'm not getting to download. So if you have already logged in your Google account, it will automatically download. You don't get any type of this type of messages. But if you don't log in, you should be seeing all those too many users have viewed or downloading this type of pop-up. So it's better to go with the other, or you can just go with the login. So you need to go log in with your Google account, or else you can just use this mirror. So here is the ISO file. So the ISO file is downloading. So I'm using a VPN and I'm using a virtual machine, so it's a bit of slow here. So the ISO file is around 2.8 GB. So we pretty much got all the information from the browser and official website. So let's open the installer. So here is the installer. Let me open the installer. So you get the install online and the install offline. So you don't get anything in the offline. So I'm going to show both these things so you can get all the information. So here are some utilities. Here are some pop-ups. Here are some customizations. You can do whatever you want. So here is the about, which I already showed in the beginning. Here is the config log. So let's first go with the install online. I'm going to show you the first online process of installation, and I'm going to also show you the offline. So most of the Linux user who already have been using the Linux distro, they already know how this works. But if you're a new user, you need to wait until the installation loads. So you should be getting our Calamares installer. So it took like a few seconds to open. So you get this type of installation. Let me make it bigger. So first you need to choose your language. So there is nothing complicated in the installation. If you don't know how to install the Linux distro in your virtual disk or a main disk, you need to watch tutorials in the YouTube, which are short. So I already made a lot of videos of installation, but my videos will be lengthy, and also I made like a 3000 videos of every Linux distro. It's a bit of hard to find out in which Linux distro video I installed those on the virtual disk or a hard disk. So it's better to watch other videos which will be smaller, so you can get all the information in a few minutes. So let's get back to the installer. So after choosing your language, you should be getting a lot of language available here. Click on next, and here you should be choosing your map or the location. Choose your location by map, or you can choose the drop down menu. So I'm choosing the Los Angeles, America. So the system language will be set to American English, United States. If you want like that, you can keep it, or you can customize according to your wish. The numbers and dates locale will be set to American English, United States. If you want to customize, do the same thing again, or else you can keep it like that. So after clicking on next, you should be seeing a keyboard. So you should be seeing all those desktop bootloader with the highlighted blue box. So choose your keyboard. So it automatically chooses your keyboard, but for some reason it shows some generic keyboard. I'm using a Dell keyboard, so I'm going to keep it like that. So choose your language for your keyboard, choose your variant. If you're United States, there will be some variants here. And also type here to test your keyboard. You can test your keyboard here, or you can switch your keyboard right here. So there are some customizations in the keyboard thing. So click on next, and you should be getting all the desktop environments, which I already mentioned in the beginning, or in the browser in the official website. So you get the KDE Plasma. You should be getting the image also here, so you can see how good it looks on those desktop environment. So the KDE Plasma, you get the simple KDE Plasma desktop environment. Cinnamon, same. The Budgie will be like this. GNOME desktop environment. The XFCE, the Matte desktop environment. So here is the Deepin desktop environment. The LXDE, which is a lightweight. LXQT, also the lightweight. Trinity, also the lightweight. So Regold, OpenBox, Sway, i3, and here is no desktop. So you get all the desktop environments and all the other desktop environment options to choose. So choose whatever desktop environment you want, and you should be getting some description here, so you can also read it. So after clicking on next, you should be getting the bootloader location or the bootloader. So you need to know how to install. So if you are already a Linux user, I don't need to mention anything here. Click on next. Here are some advanced options. You can check this if you want. So it's clearly up to you to choose these packages and all those things. So there will be some description here, and check the box whatever you want here, like office products and all those things. So these are all the things you get when you click on drop down menu or extend the menu. So you should be getting all those information right here. So after choosing whatever you want, click on next, and you should be seeing a partition. So if you are using on a virtual disk, you should be seeing the virtual disk, whatever the virtual machine you are using. So I'm using a VMware, so it's mentioning like a VMware. If you are using a virtual box, you should be seeing a virtual box. But if you choose a hard disk or the main PC or a work PC, you should be seeing the specific hard disk or a virtual disk. So erase disk option is like it's going to erase the current operating system or whatever the files you have in that specific hard disk. It's going to delete that operating system or the current files, and it's going to install the RebornOS on that specific hard disk or a virtual disk. Here are options. And the manual partitioning is you need to create a partition before choosing the option, and you should be getting dual operating systems in the boot menu, and you should be having dual boot OS or dual operating systems in the boot menu. So that was the both the options of the installation. So if you want, you can encrypt by providing the password in the both the boxes, which should be same. If you don't want, you can just uncheck it. And here is the bootloader location. The default will be master boot record of a specific thing, and the system partitions and do not install a bootloader location. So you need to know what you're doing here. That's the reason I already mentioned you need to watch tutorials of installation of a Linux distro. So after clicking on next, you need to create a user account. So again, these are all the same things in almost every Linux or any other operating system. You need to create your username and password and all those things, and you should be good. So for the sake of the video, I'm going to type in some random things. 925 Linux is my name. What name do you want to use to log in? So you can't provide the numbers or numericals in the first letter here. You can't provide the numbers. So you need to provide the alphabets first. So let me show you. If I type in like a 1 before the alphabet, so your username must start with a lowercase letter or underscore. So that's the reason you need to remove it. So if anything is wrong, it should be the symbols will be changed, and you can easily change that. So if everything is good, you should be seeing all the tick marks. If anything is wrong, you should be seeing error or the cross mark. So choose a password to keep your account safe. Let me put in some simple password like a 1 2 3 4 5 6. I'm going to repeat the same password. So the password fails the dictionary check. It's too simplistic. So that's the reason you need to provide the strong password. So if you check this, it's going to show it's a weak password because I just choose the 1 to 6 password. So I'm going to uncheck it, log in automatically without asking for the password. If you want, you can do that, or you can uncheck it. Use the same password for the administrator account. If you want you to use the same password, you can keep it, check this button, or else you can provide the different password. So I'm going to keep it like that. After clicking on next, here is the summary of whatever you chose in the previous installation steps. And after clicking on install, so if anything is wrong, you can just go back right here and fix all those things. And also after clicking on install, it's going to take like a 20-25 minutes. Depends on your PC and depends on the ISO file. If the ISO file is a stable ISO file, so you should be good with without any errors. And if it's a beta version or a development version, there will be sometimes like a error or the installation failed pop-ups. So it will be in a rare case. Most of the time it should be installed. So it's clearly up to you whether to use this Linux distro or not. Till now there is no issue, or I didn't face any problems. Everything is going good. Let's see the resources, how much of resource it's consuming. So its processors are 297, CPU is pretty much stable, and memory is almost 1.1 GB. So it's going up to 25% and it's coming down to 5%, 4% like that. So it's clearly up to you to choose whether to use this Linux distro or not. So I'm going to show you the installation of offline. So the installer will be opened in a few seconds. So it should be quick. So here is our offline installer. So you get same all the installation process, but you don't get the desktop environment and some package choosing options. So again, same languages, location, keyboard, bootloader. Here is the partition, user, summary, install. So you get some options cancelled here or removed from the offline installation. So that's the benefit of online and offline. You can choose the desktop environment in the online, and the offline you get the XFCE desktop environment default. So let me close the installation. So here are some links, here are some utilities. So you can open and choose whatever you want here. Let me show you install and uninstall programs, which is for Mac. So here is a system monitor of a Stacer. So we already have the task manager, but you can also open that. So here is Mac. Let's check the version. So you get the 11.7.1-4. So here are all the applications. You can scroll it, or else you can search from here by typing the application. You can go back. Here are the installed applications. So you can see all the applications installed right here. Let me show you. So you should be also seeing the version beside the name of the application or the packages and all those things. So you can scroll it like this to get all the information. So these are all the installed application. You can just pause the video, or you can change the playback speed to see all the applications in a slow-mo. So these are all the things. So let's check the updates. So the ISO file was released a few hours ago, or maybe a day ago. So you didn't see the date, but here are the updates you get, which is almost 230 MB. So I didn't make a video yesterday and day before yesterday, so that's the reason I didn't know when the ISO file was released, because I was in other city. So here is some of the information. If you want, you can update. So also you can install local packages. You can change the preference according to your wish. So here are general, here are advanced, here are the third party. So you can refresh the database. You can change the software mode. You can view the history and all those things. So let's close the Mac and RebornOS Fire. So I don't want to show you the Stacer because we already have the task manager here running. So it's a waste of time to show. Here is the system backup. Here is the firewall, disk management, and all those things. Let's close it. And here is the console if you want. Retrieving packages. So here is our panel. Let's check the panel, date and time, volume, which is audio mixer. You can customize. So you should be seeing the two backgrounds available in the RebornOS. So this one is pretty good. I'm going to keep it like that. The menus, same options. So you get the XFCE desktop environment. You already know how to use the XFCE desktop environment. Customize according to your wish. Here is the color, the background folder. Let's check the desktop. There is nothing. RebornOS, again nothing. I'm going to close. I'm going to show you the panel preference. So customize according to your wish. I'm going to keep it the dark mode. I can also change the dark mode here. Here are the items. You can add, remove, and do whatever you want. Customize according to your wish. Let me close the panel. So what else we left? Let me open the file manager. Let's check the version. So you get the 4.18.10 and also you get the latest kernel version, which is a 6.10. Here is the preference. So you can customize according to your wish. Shortcuts, you can change all the keyboard shortcuts. Bookmarks, help. You can view, zoom in, zoom out. These are all the customization things. So I'm going to keep it like that. I'm going to close. So let's check what are the applications we get from the pre-installed from the RebornOS. So here is some of the information, which is the GTK version, XFCE version, based on Arch Linux. Here is some information. Here is the about. You can open the window manager, panel, desktop manager, file manager, and all those things. Let's check what applications we get pre-installed. So we can't make it bigger, so I'm going to keep it like that. So these are all the pre-installed applications you get from the RebornOS. So you get some RebornOS installed applications, which are like a bit of bloatware. So other than that, you get from the XFCE desktop environment, and you don't get any content creating applications. So if you're a normal user who want to use the Linux distro, you don't get any OBS Studios, VLC Media Player. Let's check the VLC Media Player we have or not. So we don't have a VLC Media Player also. So you don't get any applications. You need to install on your own if you want. So here are some appearance. You don't even get the themes. So it's good for a normal user, but if you're a content creator, you need to install all those things on your own. So you get all those things in the RebornOS. So I think it's pretty much stable. The CPU is around like under 50%. RAM is almost 1.4 GB. So it's clearly up to you to whether to choose it or not. So I'm going to show you the settings manager and I'm going to end the video because we pretty much covered everything. So if you have any doubts, do let me know in the comment section. And also if you want to get information, you can just go to the official website and read everything from there. So window manager tweaks. Here are some tweaks. You can go to all settings. Here are window manager. So customize according to your wish because it's a XFCE desktop environment. And here is the mouse and touchpad, theme, and default applications. If you have multiple applications like a file manager, you can choose whatever you want. If you have multiple browser, you can change here. So these are all the old things which were also available in the previous version or also in the all XFCE desktop environment. So I don't think there is nothing changed here or anything like that. I showed pretty much every important thing. So at the end of the video, these are all the resources. So these are all the process running, and here is our CPU, here is our RAM. So and I'm going to end the video here. So let's check the logout screen and end the video here. Click on logout. You get these options, same as XFCE desktop environment in every desktop environment. So let's check the logout screen and I'm going to end the video. So you get the raw RebornOS. So here are the accessibilities, keyboard layout, and the power options. So there was some misspeaking throughout the video. So if you want, you can ignore it. And I'm going to post another video because I'll be posting 2 videos. So if you want to subscribe, you can subscribe. Thanks for watching. Peace out.